just do that. Just kind of like talk to your teammates too. They're there for you. You just hype each other up, keep the energy up. Because you keep the morale up and the energy up, the way better chance you have of winning.
It's so crucial, right? Because if, everybody's talking, everybody's calming, everybody's joking, once those jokes start to die down, you never know. It'll kind of snowball. But we are all set for Bluefin zones. These two teams facing off against each other. We're seeing Splatling and Leader combo craft. What's
what
going
is
on there?
happening here? I'm not even entirely sure what's happening here. I don't think I've ever seen anything outside of this. With this, like, outside of Open, honestly. Opener, it is like an opener next turn kind of comp, but you know what?
This is the kind of comp that, oh boy.
Oh, maybe they weren't meant to
Maybe we're
do
not
that.
going to see it. They're like, guys, wait, please stop. We didn't mean to
Stop
go
the
two
game.
backlines. But if they do go two backlines, that would be pretty funny.
Oh, no audio?
Oh, seems like we have some technical difficulties working on some audio issues. Give us a little bit of time, folks. They may be locked into those comps, though, since they've already shown them.
Oh, I think they're 100% locked into it at this point.
So, I mean, we were saying, the kind of comp that Nintendo would give you an Open, like you said, would be Leader and Splatling on the same team. But part of me is thinking maybe that's the move for Bluefin.
Maybe, honestly. I mean, like, this map really just is like, all right, we're just going to, like, fight from high ground to try to push you off the zone. And then, like, trying to hold them out, it's like they're, like, a mile above you, but also really far out. So, like, I could kind of see the Leader Splatling working, but, like, we'll just have to really see how it is. Or maybe they'll just pull an S1 and just, like, heavy on top left. They just go in their spawn or something. Like, you never know.
That could happen. Hey, and I mean, the S1 strats may pop out since it's an S1 map. But I think that most of us are in agreement when we say, hopefully Pico doesn't yell at me, most of us are in agreement when we would say that this map has, shall we say, aged like milk since Splat 1. Would you agree?
Yeah, honestly, like, it's a fun gimmick map. I love it, just playing it for fun. Tournament, though, I think Pico is crazy.
Pico's about to rip us off the mic.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, come on. Like, Sabaros is not even authentic NYC pizza at this point.
Oh, boy.
Like,
oh, boy.
Baros, get that out of here. Not even real NYC pizza.
You're poking the dragon, poking the sleeping dragon in the eye there.
Oh, hey, Pico, how's it going?
He said it, not me.
You know, like, I think, like Bluefin zones are, like, pretty mid. We should have left it in S1. Sabaros is not even real NYC pizza. It's pretty mid.
Oh, boy.
Like,
who's this? Get this guy out of here.
And we put it in the same map list as, like, Marlin Clams? I think you're crazy, bro.
Bluefin zones is the embodiment of a peak map mode combination, all right? You have literally a moving zone, moving from left to right. Listen, the zone quite
Talking to your crowd, Mike.
Talking to the crowd, Mike.
The chat can't hear you.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, the broadcast.
Broadcast, Mike.
It literally moves back and forth. That is peak content. Peak content.
Peak content?
Peak content? I don't
don't
know.
Listen to these haters.
How can
Don't
you even
Moving
get
zone?
more wrong?
Did it have a moving zone in Splat 1?
Don't listen to haters.
I don't know, Pico. I mean, you really want to drop off like a 3-story drop to try to fight zone? Like, I'm okay with squeezer because I like to do the squeezer combo, throw a wall on the elevator and like pop up, and they think they can get me, but it's like, oh no, I have a wall. I can fight you. You can't fight me back.
Well, I don't know how much chat caught of the PhD dissertation defending Bluefin zones, but it did not convince me. Kraft, we're seeing instead of a Splatling, a blob.
A blob? I mean, I can kind of see the vision, but I think I would have taken the heavy over the blob. The blob is a crazy pick. Although I gotta say, they also are playing the best song in the game, personally.
Oh yeah,
So-
no, this one's a banger. But you know what? I think with this blob though, it could just stand up on that ramp like it's doing and just pour down ink on the zone uncontested.
Speaking of open, that's like every blob I ever see, and I hate it when they do that. I'm just like, all right, I need to Zuka them out of here because this blob is just contesting this entire half of the map, and I'm tired of it.
Oh yeah, it's tough. As we see Change Your Name with the early ink control, getting another pick on those Dapples, a double in their favors. I don't know if they see this one flanking around here on the side, the Junior, not able to do anything by itself, and Kobe's Dawgs are super staggered here in the early going.
Yeah, they have burned strikes now, and the bucket is going down. They're really going to have to gather together and try to get a push now.
Oh, don't drop here. You're
Oh.
2 down. Stop. Slow down.
They really need to group up here because
Oh
they
my
are
gosh.
staggering really hard, and they are already past 50.
Oh my gosh, what is this? The Dapple's going for a hero play. It's not going to pay off. I did not miss theirs. The strikes are ready. This could be a knockout Craft.
It might be. Because Dapples, I think if they waited a bit to do that, they could have pulled entered and got their team in, but their team was way too far to be able to play off of it. Although somehow they're going to be able to flip the zone with strike and some pain, I guess.
It was a nice flip, and they do get numbers advantage. Hey, maybe one of those flanks is paying off, but no, Change Your Name is able to get the zone back. We see several fights happening. Kobe's Dawgs will win one. Can this Jr. win the other fight on the back end here? Trying to get in, but no, sniped out of the air by the leader.
Although here come the strikes. I think they don't see the shot here.
Oh boy, as we see the Junior, or no, I'm sorry, this is the Dapples, already 2 down. Again, trying to initiate a little too much when you're in heavy disadvantage, but the Dapples haven't died yet, finally going down in the middle zone. Now there's a penalty, Kraft, but how fast do you have to go to try and prevent them from winning?
I'd say, like, Cornerless, you probably have, like, at least, like, 2 more respawns here. They have at least 2 attempts left to try to get zoned before they just get KO'd here.
And it looks like it's going to happen as Kobe's Dawgs are going to go 2 down, 3 down once again. Strikes coming out to try to flip the zone, but they are off the zone. And that could be it as we see another go down to the bottom of your screen. The Explo coming out trying to do anything that they can. And this one is going to be solidly in favor of Change Your Name for game 1.
Yeah, and as crazy as it sounds, I think that blob was actually a pretty good pick here. Because they just had a lot of trouble just getting in on it, especially they were for a lot of like flanks and scrappy sharks, and they was not really working too well in their favor. They were just getting caught out and separated a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that when you're going against a comp that has a leader and a blob, those 2 backlines, you know those guys aren't going to be diving in very often. They're just going to be sitting back, watching your flanks from afar. They're going to know what's happening well before you can even do anything.
Exactly, and then on top of that, even when they were flanking, they weren't exactly coordinating enough. Yeah. So it's like, if you have one person flank, even if they get 2 people to look away from mid, you just made mid a 3v2 practically. Yeah. But they were really separated and staggering, so even like the flanks weren't just getting enough value there.
Hey, but you know what? If you can get that timing together, and sometimes, some games, you know, it's happened to you, it's happened to me, it's happened to all of us. Some games, your timing is just slightly off. But if you can get that synced up, then they could see some great success with those flanks, especially if Kobe's Dawgs, or I'm sorry, Change Your Name, is coming out with another double backline comp.
I'm not sure if they're going to play that outside of Bluefin. We'll have to see, because Bluefin is a very unorthodox map. Going back to another classic here, Albacore Zones. Back when people in S2 used to run double backline. We had teams like Kraken Paradise running double Charger. I tried that for a bit. Then there was double ballpoint in that map for a while. Like, I think it's like, oh, that map is a lot better than Bluefin, but like, similar concept where like you see some really wacky comps sometimes because short range just didn't work in that map. You see like double midline, double backline sometimes.
It can be surprising, but I think I agree with you that on Clamblitz Marlin, which we're about to see now, I don't think we're going to see double backline. Of course, maybe this is a commentator's curse moment, and they'll prove us wrong. We'll see.
I don't think we're going to see it either because I think they're just going to get overrun, especially with how fast Kobe's Hot Dogs comp is.
Oh, yeah, as we see, I think the flings that coming out. Clash Blaster?
Clash Blaster is an interesting pick here.
Kraft, do you think this is going to cook?
I'm not very much of a Clash believer, honestly, but I'll see if they cook with it.
Well, they did go off the 2 backline here. Picking Clash Blaster when you're already up 1-0 is a bit of a power move, though, don't you think?
Yeah, and honestly, like I wouldn't even say Clash is that bad on this map because just having AoE to help clear the fan does a lot for your team, honestly. It's just that, like, personally, I would, ooh, what a zip! That's already a wipeout. What is going on?
Nice.
It's only been 30 seconds.
Double by iMist as we're going to see Inu trying to get in to score. The rest of their team is not up front with them, though. The Clash Blaster not able to find anything there. And I think 80 might be all they get.
I think 80 is all they're going to be, especially if they have Inkjet here. I think they might be able to hold the fan at most, but they're not scoring any more than that. Although it looks like that their plan is to just hold the fan until they can get more clams for another push.
That's not a bad idea. Look how many they have, Kraft. They've got a whole bunch. They can make a ball for sure. But the roller face is going to be able to get one, trying to back up to this clash here. I think they got another one over there. And, I mean, the specials are going to be key here, too. So how do you think that Change Your Name has to maintain, get better sustainability on their next push?
Well, I'd say the ballpoint being in the grates is a really good idea, but they also need to help at that. Like, if someone's not in the fan with them, they can get rushed down pretty easily, or even like the flings, they could just kind of poke at them there. So I think just having the Clash go on the fan or on the right to kind of just stop people does a lot. Because I learned this kind of, you know, just fighting random clashes, but like they can stand next to the fan and shoot past it, and they'll actually hit over the plat and like stop people from climbing it easily. It could be really oppressive if you don't have something to push it out.
It's all about finding those off angles, right? And we do see that happen as Change Your Name continues to push again, getting it all the way down to 55, 52. We see the jumps coming in, protected by the Inkjet.
They did not see
They
the
can
shark,
find
though.
a few more clams. Oh my goodness, but you're right, the brush. Mobez is able to come in through the side here. That basket is still open. The Clash Blaster, though, has a lot of clams. Oh my gosh, they just decided not to put any in, and they lost the basket.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I guess they wanted to try to play their life more, but I think they could have gotten away with scoring a bit more at this point. Why not just get like a slightly bigger lead?
Sure. Hey, I call it points maxing, right? Sometimes you know you're going to die. Whoa, that was weird. I don't know.
I'm not sure what happened there, honestly.
Maybe there's a bit of lag on their screen or something, but this is a LAN. There shouldn't be any lag.
Yeah, although I gotta say, if you're spectating even on a LAN, it gets a little finicky sometimes.
That's true. We may see some strange and mysterious things. As a push for Kobe's Dawgs is already cut short by the brush going down. Face is going to look to try and find the Clash, but Inu will shut that down.
Yeah, I think that screen could have been up a little further to kind of help them push in, because it didn't really block their visibility much, and they didn't really have to worry about running into it too much.
Change Your Name is rolling in with some more clams. We'll get stymied by some of the strikes coming back out here, as Face is going to do battle with that Zuka, is going to stare it right down the barrel and get the pick.
That Zuka pick was actually huge, because now they can just get their fan back at this point. And it looks like they're trying to build strikes to try to help take back mid, even though Change Your Name already has another 2 power clams. They have 22 clams on their side. Their clam economy and management is just insane, honestly.
Oh, it's thriving. A powerful economy here. Zymus is looking like they're just farming balls at this point, which is not a bad idea when you're up 60 points.
Yeah, honestly, they could just sit here and farm balls at this point and just hold mid and honestly just pay for their special to get another push, because now they have another cooler. They're going to have another Inkjet up, although the Zipcaster is going to go down here.
Things still relatively even. Another numbers advantage for Change Your Name as these members seem like they're a little bit split off from each other. The Deep is trying to find something in the depths, trying to, can't quite find anything with the Inkjet, but the basket will be broken. Face kind of separated from the basket. The Dooley's caught out as the last one here, and
That's
another wipe for Change Your Name. A powerful showing by them in game 2.
Even if the special didn't get that many picks, I think the Inkjet into Zipcaster just cleared out the other team a lot, allowing everyone to just take over their flat.
Sometimes it's not about getting the pick, right? It's about shoving them to, why don't we take it and move it somewhere else, right? So
Exactly.
that's the name of the game sometimes.
Sometimes I even tell people with Zuka, especially because I did it for the longest time and I try not to think of it too much, but some people would be like, didn't get any picks with Zuka, my bad. And I'd be like, hey, as long as you're moving them back, and even if like one of us gets a pick off of it, especially like your Zuka did his job, honestly.
Oh yeah.
So like even like special like Crab falls into that, Inkjet falls into that too. Even just displacement can just be all you need sometimes to get in. And speaking of that, we're gonna see another Inkjet on their fan.
Good stuff as, man, they just didn't have a ball ready for Kobe's Dawgs. We saw one kind of disappear with 5 seconds left, and that is going to be a 2-0 lead for Change Your Name. Now, this is play all 3. If you've been watching the stream all day, as you should have been, you will know that Change Your Name does take the set with that win. But in terms of tiebreakers, you always want to try and make that a 2-1 if you can, if you're the other team.
You always want to get every win you can, even if you're down 2-0. Don't just be like, the set's over, like it doesn't matter. Like, no, you want to get every win you can. Because I think this goes back to even like, I've had experience with this. My first ever tournament in S2 was Extravaganza. We were fighting for top 8, and we had a 3-way tie for top 8. But because we had one extra game win, because we swept one set instead of getting 2-0, or 2-1 like every other team got that set, we moved on to top 8.
That's crazy.
And
that's what it's all about, right? And it's about...
Even lands, I've seen that happen so many times. I just always tell people, like, take every game you can. You never know when it's going to matter.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
If it doesn't matter now, there could be a day in the future where that extra game you took or didn't take will mean the difference between getting another bracket or not.
And kind of like what we were saying about Dude before, right? It's about these top players, they're cultivating this mindset, and they're doing it every time. It's consistency. So like you said, it might not happen this time. It might not matter this time. But thinking that way now will help you think that way when it's going to count.
Exactly. Consistency, I think, is the most important thing, especially for anything you're doing competitively, especially. Consistency is key to everything. Consistency in your mindset. Those go very hand in hand, especially.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now you mentioned you're familiar with some of these players. Was it Dre on Change Your Name?
Dre on Change Your Name, and on Kobe's Dawgs, I also know Spice. So I'm kind of just torn between them at the moment.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. So tell me about what's their comp history? These teams pickups? Or these guys playing in Ludi? Like, what's the deal?
Dre I met at LASS, and he was actually former DivX from S2. Like
Oh wow. Okay.
Dre used to play this game a lot, and now he just kind of, just comes out the land sometimes, mainly just working. As that we always say, the hardest working man alive.
That's funny.
And Spice, I met here on Metro Inc. actually, because we have the same Splatoon 2 windbreaker, the same spawn bandana, and the same hat, and we're like, wow, nice drip.
Yeah, you
got
found
good
your
taste.
twin out there.
Exactly. So.
Hey, Kraft, tell me about this. We see a Forge and a Dapples combo coming out for Tower Control Inkblot. Are they onto something here? Is this some secret combo?
I think Dapples could do very well here. Forge can do decently, but as a Squeezer main, I gotta say that Squeezer is just kind of a better Forge. But if you can't mash at full speed, you're better off playing the Forge anyway, because you're not getting the full, time to splat that you would for Squeezer, even if you're getting the range. Although we also see a V-Roller here.
Yeah, the
honestly,
Deep is playing a bunch of different weapons here. Like you said, we saw the Inkjet weapon coming out last time. The V-Roller getting a nice pick as the Deep is going to be guiding this tower all the way up. Another 2-person advantage, 3-person advantage for Change Your Name here in the first minute.
It's huge for them right here, honestly. They already got the first check down in less than a minute. And honestly, I think the V-Roller pick is huge. V-Roller is very strong in this meta right now. Even not many people are playing it. There's some people in Japan playing it, some people in the West playing it. This Bubble can just contest so much space. It stops Zuka. Although the only problem is they have strikes here. So they'll be able to cut down that Bubble very quickly.
Yeah, there's no Zuka on the opposing team for this game. So you're wondering if that Bubble is going to be as effective. But Tori here is able to find some AoE on the tower. Strikes up for Change Your Name. They do get another double. In Craft, it seems like every time we see these two teams in neutral, Change Your Name is winning the fight.
Yeah, Change Your Name just kind of seems to be playing the better, neutral advantage state. And they just, even though they go 1 or 2 down, they live long enough for their teammates to get back. And Kobe's Dawgs hasn't done that as consistently as them. And that's what's really winning them right now. Because right now, they've just broken third check. They might just KO here.
I think you're right about that. 5-4 and 2 go down for Change Your Name, trying to get that tower to the end. And like we were talking about before, it seems like even though they went up 2-0, they took the set last game. They didn't let up on the brakes. They wanted that 3-0.
Yeah, and I don't blame them, because take every game you can. If you could sweep the other team, go for it. Don't just be like, oh, it's game 3. We could just start memeing. Nah, sweep them if you have the chance.